Some moron said, knowledge is open source, owned by everybody and nobody. This is what all the thieves, scammers, and plagiarists say. Of course, it's never them producing the knowledge, but always them taking someone else's knowledge and abusing it. Criminal scum. By the way, the pre-Socratic philosophers put astonishing knowledge into the public sphere thousands of years ago. But the kind of people who say knowledge is free have never read the pre-Socratic philosophers and know nothing about them. Indeed, there's almost an infinite amount of knowledge that isn't accessed, or is misunderstood, or is misinterpreted, or is abused, or corrupted, or is so hard to understand that the average human has literally zero chance of ever grasping it. The highest knowledge requires the highest intellect. Even if you put the highest knowledge into the public sphere, virtually no one would understand it or even look at it. In order to use knowledge, you must be intelligent. And if you're not intelligent, then knowledge is useless to you. You could stack up the most important books of knowledge ever written outside every supermarket, and still no one would take them or even pay them the slightest heed. Intellect is not open source, free, and owned by all. And without intellect, you have no access to knowledge, just as animals don't. Robert Heinlein said, democracy can't work. Mathematicians, peasants, and animals, that's all there is. So democracy, a theory based on the assumption that mathematicians and peasants are equal, can never work. Wisdom is not additive. Its maximum is that of the wisest man in a given group. A theory that knowledge is and should be equally available to all is demonstrably false. Most people have no interest in knowledge. They are interested in entertainment. They want bread and circuses. Isn't it funny that no one ever says, entertainment is open source, owned by everybody and nobody? Netflix and everything else entertaining must be free and universally available. Everyone understands the sheer lunacy of that, but they're so dumb that they believe that knowledge magics itself into existence out of nothing and doesn't cost an absolute fortune to generate, at tremendous personal cost to those who actually produce it, which is never those claiming it is open source and owned by all. Funny that. Knowledge is intellectual property. It always has been and always will be. And you will understand this when it's your intellectual property being stolen, abused, plagiarized, and butchered by others.